Thank you, everyone, joining us to celebrate our monthly Sampai in December. Today, I'd like to talk about the diversity and Thanksgiving. And we had a wonderful anniversary last month. Our theme, expanding our heart's strength in diversity. And we created a wonderful banner standing in front of our center. Did you notice? It's so nice. Now our neighbors finding out who we are. Yes. And we decided to use the same theme for next anniversary. I'd like to ask you to think deeply about this theme, the diversity, and then try to practice what you learn. So I'd like to share some of my thoughts and some of my experience on this theme. And first of all, I'm so grateful to work for Shumei in this country, America. America is such a diverse country. And when I was in Japan, I didn't really understand what Mei-san was talking about, heaven on earth, and or the citizenship. But this country, make up of all kinds of people, really helped me to see the world is made of all kinds of people. And as our children have grown up, I experienced, it's the schools, it's kind of a world. It's all, the races there. And when I was in Japan, I was a part of a majority Japanese race. And the Japanese race kind of discriminate the minorities. But here, I became a part of a minority. And so I understand how the minority in Japan are feeling. And so it helped me to have a more compassion to the different cultural background people. But diversity is not just the different races and gender and religions. Do you remember when I got the crisis during my speech at the anniversary? I was here and speaking to you about this theme. And then, when in the middle of the speech, I realized page 4 was missing. I found it. No, actually, I couldn't find it. I made a copy. So today I have a copy. So this is what I'd like to talk about today. But when I was in a crisis, a young lady, Crystal from New York, helped. And I don't know how she was able to help. I asked her, how did you know I needed a page? And then she said she was following my speech with an iPhone. At the anniversary, I had 2 committees. One is the regular committee, preparation committee, who are working every year, so they know what to do. So make sure that things are going smoothly and make everybody happy. Another committee I created this year with Koji Sensei was made up with young and new members. One of them is Anne, but most are the different states. Kate in North Carolina, and Crystal in New York, and San Francisco, and Hiroki and Tai. And I really enjoyed this committee. And this committee gave new ideas, which cannot be always implemented to the anniversary right away. But at least, I can get a new idea. So when it comes to speakers, and we couldn't find a speaker, so they voted. Eugene, you're going to speak. I said, yes. So the committee decided me. And then I was making a speech, and I shared with them. And so when I made the final speech, of course, Roy was a great editor and advisor for speech. But this time, I had more than one person, Roy. The whole committee helped me to create a speech. So when I was speaking, all the committee has my speech. That's why when I found the page 4 was missing, and Crystal standing the very back. What is great for her is she got the page 4, and then she ran, and then she gave me this. Do you know how many seconds it took when I said, oh, page 4 is missing? Thank you very much. How many seconds? Only 30 seconds. Less than a minute. Incredible. So many people said, that was a good act. I made everybody laugh. But I was very frightened at that time. I don't know how to make it up. I don't remember a whole page. And the crystal saved my life. So I made a thank you note. And I thanked her so much. But I learned, it's working with the committee, and you are not alone. And it's no matter what happened, you're okay, you're supported. So I'm very grateful. So when you're working for something important, don't work by yourself. Work with others. So that when something happened, always you have help. And so this is a diversity one. It's a committee was made up with the different races and gender, and also the age and their background and the location. It really helped. And also this year, I was so impressed by Miho Museum. I don't know how many of you have visited Miho Museum. The Miho Museum was created in Japan, next to Misono. When you visit Misono, there is a Miho Museum. And Miho Museum was created by Kaishi-sama's vision to share beauty with the people who are not ready to come to Misono, but at least they are interested in art. So through art, the Shumei wants to help people be enlightened and their lives. And Miho Museum slowly they started the activities, the exhibitions, and then Kaicho Sensei insisted, we are going to serve all visitors with the exquisite beauty and the genuinely healthy food. And she wants to, Kaishu-sama and Kaijo Sensei really wants to make all visitors have an excellent, peaceful, happy time. And no compromise. So entire staff focus on that. And we don't care if Miho Museum becomes famous or successful, but each time somebody comes, we serve. And I think that's the spirit, each Shumei center, each Shumei member treat other people. When we contact, we like to serve. So Kaicho Sensei, at the very beginning of the Miho Museum, and still the restaurant was not ready yet to serve food. And then she said, we like to serve natural agriculture food. And 1992, still Japan, Shumei Japan was not at the point of abundant natural agriculture food. Probably only rice and some other products and vegetables, but not much. And she said, if we don't have other things, why don't we to serve rice bowl and miso soup? And we thought, rice bowl and miso soup at a nice restaurant, not a nice museum. Museum usually have like a pasta, the fancy food. The rice bowl and the miso soup sounds too simple. And she didn't care. We don't care. We don't want to have a chef cook, the regular food. You can eat at other restaurants. But the Miho Museum serves genuine natural agriculture rice bowl and miso soup. It became a hit, big hit, rice bowl and miso soup. So when you visit Miho Museum, eat rice bowl and miso soup. It's one of a kind. It's a very nice, it's a signature. And then from there, and then she said, how about, some Westerners cannot eat rice bowl. So how about the bread? So next is the bread. So little by little, and now we have a lot of dishes, and one by one. But Miho Museum didn't compromise anything, just natural agriculture. And then all staff serve, with hospitality. And so each exhibition was successful. But this year, in spring, March and April and May, Miho Museum had the most successful exhibition. It's a collaboration between Daitokuji Temple and the Miho Museum. Daitokuji Temple is located in Kyoto. This is one of the most prestigious temples in Japan. Notre Dame, or here, I don't know which is the most famous Christian church. I'm not familiar with it. But anyway, Daitokuji Temple is one of the most prestigious Buddhism temples in Japan. And they were looking for venues to share 400 years old the artifacts they collected the last 400 years. And they are ready to share the treasures. But they couldn't find in Tokyo. They are not ready to serve, but they want to do their own way. So Daitokuji Temple, the abbot, said, we don't want to do that. And then they came to Miho. And then the Miho was ready to serve. And the first, all staff went to Daitokuji Temple in Kyoto. They studied what Daitokuji Temple is doing. And this head priest said, we don't want to just show the treasures to the viewers, but we like to teach Buddhism, Zen Buddhism. We like to conduct the lectures and meditations and zazen, and so they want to spread the Zen Buddhism in Miho Museum. Usually it doesn't happen, but Kaicho Sensei said, yes, please. So the Daitokuji Temple was very happy, and they moved the most important, the statue from the temple to Miho Museum. Just like this scroll goes to another place. They moved. So the priests come from Daitokuji Temple, and they chant, and then they teach at the Miho Museum. The Miho Museum became a Daitokuji Temple annex. So it became a Daitokuji Temple within the Miho Museum. I never heard. So the head priest, the Geppo Osho, was so touched. I didn't expect, I can do this. And I asked this to the big museums in Tokyo. They refused. But you, Miho Museum, listen to my wish. And then not only listen, but you came to my temple and learned what Zen Buddhism are. And they served. Every day they changed the flower, and they honored the sacred object from Daitokuji Temple in the Miho Museum. So he was happy, and he said to the news reporters, and he wrote articles, and how grateful I am. So news spread. The people start coming, a lot of people coming. When the Miho Museum started, it's very slow, and 500 people a day is a busy day. And if 1,000 people come, super busy. But now 3,000, 4,000 come a day. So that they built additional parking space. The Miho Museum's parking space expanded, and I don't know how to serve. The restaurant is not the rice bowl and miso soup is not enough. They have to make more, but they have to build another restaurant. And now we have to work with the Shigaraki town and collaborate. But this made me so happy. Oh, this is a Miho way to help, to serve our partners and our collaborators. And so this is another diversity, and the Shumei cannot help to create heaven on earth by ourselves. we need partners, partnerships, and friendships. When you do that, we serve others from our heart. And when I have another example is when I have a monthly meeting with assistant senseis, and assistant senseis represent different locations throughout this country. And now I so much enjoy listening to their reports, which covers various activities, so much varieties of activities taking place throughout this country. And the Jorei, more Jorei, and then today we have two guests from Denver Center, Yoshiyuki and Erina. They are very successful with the Jorei booth. Body, mind, is that the body, mind, spirit Jorei? Yeah, very successful. I think most successful body, mind, spirit in terms of getting new members from this. Also, they are successful in giving Jorei at Narayan's Tibetan souvenir shop and giving Jorei regularly. But the different location is different activities, and we like to support these activities and coming year. And the more, what I like about is each location is create their own. And what I do is listen. And I said, great. So they create. And creating wonderful programs. And so we are working on getting new members, but also retaining our members, right? Sandy and Stephanie. We are working on retention of our members, and by providing opportunities for our members and visitors and friends can be engaged. And they are not visitors. They can help us, our programs, to invite more people. And it's an exciting year. So I appreciate if you can help these activities by giving the end of the year donation, holiday donation. So this is the last holiday, the last fundraising this year for Shumei America. But I'd like to end my speech full of gratitude and enjoying the diversity. Diversity is not just the different races and cultures and religions, but diversity is around us everywhere. Each person, each of you, each of us are unique and different from others. I'm different from Jane, I'm different from Aki and Akemi. We're all different. And so each family is diverse. And you don't have to look for different kind of races and religions, but each person is different. How can you make harmony and respect? And this is our challenge. Every day is a challenge. And sometimes goes well, sometimes struggle and fail. But I will try. I'll try to my best to celebrate, embrace this diversity in any levels. Are you with me? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.